my Dallas make it hurt.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. What is going on tonight, everybody? Welcome to this historic night for me and my podcast. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, the story still remains the same. And that story is, once again, welcome to the one and only, the Big Time Show podcast that is being seen and heard live right now in several places. Number one is being seen, as always, right here on Facebook, on the Big Time Show Facebook page. Is being seen also, as well as the Big Time Show YouTube page, being seen on Twitch Live, being seen on Twitter Live right now, and for the very first time, I'm proud to say that I am presently on the NGBN.TV network. Yeah, I am here, live and in color, the first one to get on here and say something about this great network that I hope that you guys will join in a very passionate way, as I am passionate about, and heard live NG saving lives of men between the ages of 40, 50, 60s. Tremendous vision that we have here that we're going to be on. I'm sharing right now. Forgive me for not looking in the camera, but I had to share a whole lot of places tonight, and I'm slightly behind with a couple groups that I need to share this with, and I am doing it right now as we speak. Y'all forgive me for that, but what a great day this is. I'm excited as we get ready to talk about a few things that I think you want to hear, as well as the haters want to hear. You know, haters want to see you in misery all the time. You know that. You know, haters just want to see you in misery all the time. So of course, when you say Dallas Cowboy stuff, people celebrate that you are still in misery over the season. And I ain't gonna even lie to y'all. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Listen, it really is this simple. We are in the Dallas Cowboy fan base is in serious rehab. It's all across the country. It is. It's across the country. It's not just whatever state you're in. It's a Cowboy fan now, and we still, as the great Michael Jackson and the great Mick Jagger said on one of their songs together, we're still in a state of shock. I mean, we Cowboy fans. When we lose, it take us 3-4 weeks to get over. I think it's gonna take about 4 months. We need help, and that's why I'm here. I'm here to help you try to navigate through this long off season that we're getting ready to go through. And fortunately for us, we're extending the family out now. We now have members of the NGBN TV family that will be joining us in. So everybody welcome in. I see our CEO is here. I see Brian is here. Hey Nisi, I see you. What's going on, everybody? Listen, the chat ought to be lit tonight. The lights ought to be lit tonight. You don't have to wait on me as always. Listen, you can go ahead and start hitting that like button now. Just smash it. And you don't understand what it is. Before I get on with it. Those likes send messages to the algorithm. The more likes you get per show, whatever, it sends to the algorithm that, hey, this person that's doing the show, we want to suggest his show to you guys. It puts your show into more faces. And that's what it's all about. So for this first block of the day, I would be wrong if I didn't talk about yesterday. And I said I was going to try to expand before we get to the Dallas Cowboys and one particular Jerry Jones. Let me say this about yesterday, the Chiefs and the Ravens and the Lions and the 49ers. I don't have a dog in the fight, but what happened is quite simple. From the AFC side, Ric Flair himself said it best. To be the man, you have to beat the man. And Patrick Mahomes, once again, shows that he is the man. It's going to be a lot of guys that's going to be up for MVP, and neither one of them are really the true MVP. Even the winner, which seems to be Lamar Jackson. Trust me, if you ask anybody today who really is the MVP, it's got to be Patrick Mahomes. He is dominant. He is special. It's really that simple. Baltimore helped them out tremendously by trying to change their identity. They are a running football team. I don't know what they tried to do. They started passing the ball everywhere and forgot about what brought them to the dance, and they paid the price for it. So really that was all about Patrick Mahomes and Baltimore just playing wrong. As far as the other side goes, the San Francisco 49ers pretty much anointed the best team in the NFC, some said, league, and that was predominantly for pretty much the whole year. It really is the truth. For the whole year, everybody thought San Francisco was the best team in the league, and they proved it. But in particular, the one thing that happened yesterday with the 49ers is that they were down 27, I believe, to 7 at halftime. And usually the book on Brock Purdy is that if he goes down like that and he can't lean on Christian McCaffrey and he can't lean on Deebo Samuel, he can't lean on Brandon Ayuk, where he has to put the game in his hands, where he has to throw the ball nonstop. Everyone figured that Brock Purdy would not be able to get the job done. Well, make a long story short, he fooled us all. He did it. That stigma that he had on him, I believe, is dead now. Brock Purdy was cool under pressure. And the 49ers are headed to the Super Bowl against the Chiefs in a rematch from a couple years ago. And that's going to be very interesting. Very interesting. Vegas has it very close already. We'll see as time goes on about that. So, again, I really don't care. Anybody who knows me knows how I feel about the 49ers. So this really makes me very upset that the 49ers are in the Super Bowl again. It really, I can't stand it, to be honest with you. So you don't have to ask me who I'm cheering for, but I'm really not a cheerleader. I'm a cheerleader of one team. I know who I don't want to see win. I don't want to see the 49ers because I will have the greatest, worst offseason in the history of mankind. It just ain't no question. There are people that are looking for me. 49er fans are looking for me. You'll see some of them on here in a few more minutes. I see one already. There's one in here already. Trust me, before the night over with, they're going to come get me. They've been waiting on me. I ain't saying nothing, I ain't putting no post out. I don't talk trash like that, but they find a way to talk trash to me. So stay tuned on that. Listen, I want to tell you guys about this platform before we get into Jerry Jones that will carry us for the rest of the evening. Listen, the NGBN network is really a mission-driven network that is incredibly serious about saving the lives of men between the ages of 40 and 60. You'll be surprised if you were to Google and look at the suicides that have happened between those ages. It will shock you tremendously. It really will shock you. So our founder and our CEO, God gave him a vision, and here he is with this opportunity to try to make a difference in men's lives with sports here on this network, inspiration on this network, all type of shows, outdoorsman shows, life skill type shows, fitness shows, anything that will get into the mindset of men to try to make them better. This show has it. I'm not the only person on this show. Got a few people here that are my co-laborers, if you say that, in the network who are here. And every one of their shows are impactful. And you need to, beyond the shadow of a doubt, you need to get with this network. It's very simple, y'all. Y'all can download the app. There it is for you. Download the NGBN TV app on Roku, Amazon Fire TV, and Android. You can go there right now if you just want to see it. You're going to see this same face there. But do us a favor for the network. Do us a serious favor for the network. Download this to your smart TVs. Download this to Amazon Fire TV, and then download this to your Android. You can do that now. You can do that right now. We need your help. We can't do this alone. We have maybe about 50 shows and more are even coming. We can't do it all by ourselves. We really need your help in trying to put this network in a whole bunch of people's faces. There's help. There is help available, and I believe this network has been blessed. I believe this network is anointed. I don't feel like preaching right now, but I just feel it. I want to join it if it were not so. I promise you that. So do us a favor. Do all us a favor. Download this right here, as you can see on the screen. Download it to your phone, and then I promise you, and not only just download it, check out the shows, and I promise you, you're going to be entertained. You're going to be uplifted. You're going to be helped by it. All right. And I'll talk about that a little bit later on as well. But before I do that, I want to show you this. For those that do not know, I need you to listen to this, and then I'll come back, and then we'll talk about one Mr. Jerry Jones. Pay attention to this.
Any longer. Men are in need of community, brotherhood, and a place to call home. The time is now, and that place is NGBN TV. Powered by men just like you, dedicated to launching a one-of-a-kind streaming TV network for men in their 40s, 50s, and 60s. Our goal is to inspire, entertain, celebrate, educate, and support men. The NGBN TV sneak peek is launching January 29th. We need you on this journey with us. Ad rates at NGBN TV will never be this low again. So join our movement on ngbn.tv and contact us today. NGBN TV, a network for men in their 40s, 50s, and 60s, coming January 29th.
And so you see, this is going to be a tremendous effort that we are launching. This is our first launch tonight. I am the first show, live show that is being seen. Tomorrow night, there will be a plethora of shows on tomorrow night. You can see them. It's going to be just like this. So it's going to be electric for the NGBN TV community. So get ready for it. We're ready to rock. We're ready to go to work. This is the first show, and it's going to be fire right from there. Okay? Get ready for it. All right. Now, let's get to the business at hand on why most of you are here. One Jerry Wayne Jones, the owner of the Dallas Cowboys. How do I start this? I'm going to shock some of you tonight by some of the things I'm going to say. Some of it would not be as shocking because some of you already know the answers. We probably speaking the same language by that. No question about it. But what you need to understand is before we have this talk, you need to be open. You just can't just go off emotion. You can't do that. You can't go off emotion. You got to be open for change and open for another line of thinking. That's what I'm here for today. Because I've come to a conclusion. I'll share that with you in just a second. I've come to a serious conclusion about Jerry Jones. And maybe you'll catch it before I finish with my little rant. All right. Here's the first thing. See, when you call in Jerry Jones for an evaluation, it's a little strange because he has more than one job, which may be the problem. You see, you can't do everything. And when you try to do everything, the tendencies sometimes are that you're going to mess stuff up. It's no way to do it. There's no other way. The old days in the Al Davis early years, and even in his later years, it was the same thing. He wanted to be the owner and the general manager at the same time. He did. Hey, AC, I see you. AC Sports Live here. Hey, Miss Jenna, I see you. Sheldon is watching me on Roku right now. It's incredible. This is incredible. So I'm on Roku as well. So, hey, cool. Jerry is the owner and the general manager of the Dallas Cowboys. The general manager part is shaky because I don't believe he is doing the general manager job. I believe he has left that in the hands of Stephen Jones, his son, and Will McClay, who is the vice president of player personnel or something like that. He's also heads our scouting department. He's responsible for getting all his scouts out, checking out all the talent around the country and getting everybody ready for the draft. You know Jerry not doing that. He too old, number one. Okay, Jerry too old. He can't fly around, go look at this player, all this kind of stuff. And some would even say, okay, even if he was there, what is he looking for? In other words, what are you looking for? Do you even know what you need when you're talking about position? Jerry is to me, and of course I'm not in the building, I'm not in the meetings, but to me he seems like to be a general manager only in title. Not, but he has the title, but he doesn't have the responsibilities. That's a problem. But and I'll tell you about that in a second. But let's go with the first thing, which is what it is. He is the owner of the Dallas Cowboys. He bought the team. He owns the team. He is, as he says, the buck stops with him and him alone. And really, that is the truth. If he bought the team, it's his team. It is. The Dallas Cowboys are his team. But when you're the owner of a team, you have to make proper decisions within your organization to get them to the ultimate goal. The ultimate goal is what the Kansas City Chiefs and the 49ers are getting ready to play for. And that is a world's championship. Super Bowl, if you will. That's what it's all about. It's about nothing else but where it should be. About nothing else but winning the Super Bowl. That's the goal of every team. That's hey, TA Cowboys, see you. I see you over there. Key, what's going on, Key? Appreciate y'all popping in on the old boy here. So it is the goal is to win the Super Bowl. I see you, Mr. There's a 49er fan in the house. That's the only goal. Not it shouldn't be nothing else. But then I heard something, y'all, and there was a time, and see, even the 3 rings that he got from the 90s, really that team was driven by Jimmy Johnson, who had the singular purpose to win the Super Bowl. Jerry wanted to win the Super Bowl, but he also wanted to entertain while he was on his way to the Super Bowl. In other words, he wanted Jimmy Johnson to be serious, cutthroat, win it all, while he gets to be in front of the camera and ride Jimmy's coattails to the Super Bowl. That's what happened. Only thing he did was write the contracts. Jimmy is the one who put the trade together that got all these players and draft picks. It was Jimmy. It was not Jerry. Jerry didn't know nothing about football. He was just coming off the oil field. He was J.R. Ewing. Those of you that's old enough to understand that. He was an oil man. An oil man don't know nothing about football. And just because you played it in college does not mean that you know what to do on how to run a team. Jimmy Johnson did that. Unfortunately, part of that is because he hung around Jimmy, he thought that he could do it. Now, let me go back to my original statement because I'm building a plane here. I'm building. Y'all let me build here. Y'all let me build. Jerry's goal should be winning the Super Bowl. But I heard something. And it really irritated me. And I almost wanted to ball up in a corner in my house and just start crying. I did. I did. I almost missed work. I almost didn't eat. I ain't gonna say it. Y'all gonna learn I'm kind of crazy. Look, I almost didn't take a bath. I didn't. When I heard Jerry say when I heard this, I didn't. I'm serious. I stopped doing it. I lost moments when I heard Jerry say this. Y'all bear with me just for a second here. Listen to what Jerry Jones said here, ladies and gentlemen. Let me get myself out the way. Y'all bear with me just for a second. Let me get myself out the way here, because this is ridiculous. It really is. Listen to what Jerry said.
If anybody is thinking that we have more said about us or more visibility, if they're saying that, that's exactly what I try to do. And I do want to keep them talking about the Cowboys and have from the day I got here. And so, again, I'm smiling and I'm saying it with all the positive in the world. If we've got them talking about us, we're doing our job. If anybody is thinking that we have more said about us or more visibility, if they're saying that, that's exactly what I try to do. And I do want to keep them talking about the Cowboys and have from the day I got here. And so, again, I'm smiling and I'm saying it with all the positive in the world. If we've got them talking about us, we're doing our job. If any
What word? What word are you smiling for? He said he was smiling. What? Boy, I almost want to just get on this floor and just ball up right now. What in the world are you smiling for? Did y'all hear Jerry just say that? What are you smiling for? His reason is he said that he wants to keep everybody talking about the Cowboys. What is going on? So the goal is to try to win the Super Bowl. That's what the goal should be. You just heard him say that if he can keep everybody talking about the Cowboys, that we've done our job. What? He obtained one goal, as we all know. He has the people talking about the Cowboys. All you got to do is look at the evidence. He succeeded in that. He has succeeded. ESPN leads off with the Cowboys every morning. First Take, the number one show in all morning sports, they lead off with the Cowboys. Undisputed, they lead off with the Cowboys. The other one with Joy Taylor and LaShawn McCoy and all those guys, they lead off with the Cowboys. The one with Nick Wright in it, they lead off with the Cowboys. It is a nonstop. But see, you're talking, but you're talking about the wrong thing. See, when Jerry said that, from an ownership perspective now, listen to me now, from an owner's position, that's obviously the wrong thing to say. But at the same time, there's another side to this. As an owner, y'all hope y'all hear me. As an owner, his job is to make as much money as he can for the franchise. Now, when it comes to that, there is nobody better than Jerry Jones. Bought the team for $200 and some odd million. And now the whole franchise is worth over $9 billion. So nobody can say that his system, at least, for having people talk about the Cowboys, you can't say it don't work. He got $9 billion to say it does work. He wants everybody to lead their shows off with talking about the Cowboys, positive or negative. Can't argue with it. $9 billion. He bought it for $200 million. And maybe, $200 million, and then compared to $9 billion, that ought to tell you that something he's doing is obviously working. As far as money goes, as far as being an owner goes, there is no question that he is, beyond a shadow of a doubt, the best at it. The Cowboys, as we already know, are the number one sports franchise in the entire world. Makes no difference to sport. The Dallas Cowboys are the number one sports franchise, the richest franchise in the world. You got to give that credit to one Jerry Jones. From an owner perspective, he's accomplished it. But here's the unfortunate part about Jerry Jones. He transitioned that statement he made into the general manager role that he has. So we got the owner role, now we got the general manager role. And unfortunately for Jerry, he didn't change the qualifications when he tried to play general manager. Because being a general manager ain't got nothing to do with press and who talking about you and who not talking about you and all that kind of stuff. When you're a general manager, your job is to put the best product on the field for the simple cause of winning football games. That's the job requirement. You got contracts, you got a salary cap to deal with, you got to close all this stuff into one pile. You got the draft, throw that in, and you got to put the best product on the field as possible. You got to do that. That's what a general manager does. Usually a general manager is a man that is usually a football guy, a real football guy. A real football guy. I'm going to say it again. A real football guy who has an eye for talent, can see things better than what the normal people like us, they can see things. Jerry Jones has rode the coattails of Jimmy Johnson and probably Bill Parcells. I can't give it to Barry Switzer because Switzer pretty much won with Jimmy Johnson's team. I'm not going to diminish him in saying that he didn't coach, because he had to do a whole training camp. He had to do a whole season. He had to get them through the playoffs, and then he had to get them to the Super Bowl. And then he had to win the Super Bowl. He did all that. So he does deserve credit, but he didn't have the effect. He didn't have to do nothing. The team was already built. he really had to do anything. All he had to do was get out there and coach. It was a classic case of where the talent overrode the coaching. They were too good back then. So here's my problem with Jerry. He started smelling his own cowboy hat and thought he was something that he's not. And that is a real football guy. Now, make no mistake about it, Jerry Jones is a Hall of Fame owner, and he's supposed to be. There's no question about that. He deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. He should be, and he is. Not taking that away from him. But when it comes to general managers, I'm doing my evaluation of him. He never wanted to give up control of that. But in essence, he really did, because he's not doing general manager responsibilities. That lies in the hand of two people, Stephen Jones and then Will McClay. Those are the ones that is doing the general manager job. So if they're doing the job, what is he doing? He ain't doing it, but leaning on their analysis. He's leaning on their expertise. And then he'll say, he might throw up something like that. He says it every year in the draft that, we just have a meeting about a certain player and I throw my 2 cents in, but the groundwork and all the building of making a decision, all of that was done by Will McClay and Stephen Jones. Primarily Will McClay. So I don't know what is he doing other than wanting to have that type of power. Which, let me fast forward, is a reason why Bill Belichick was not even considered to be a Dallas Cowboy coach. Because Bill Belichick, what we found out is what I said when he first became on the open market. And that was that Bill Belichick, wherever he goes, would want power. Power to choose his players, power to say who he can cut and who he can keep. That ain't the way the Dallas Cowboy team is structured. It's for all Cowboy fans who swore him down, we need to go get Bill Belichick. There's no way he was going to get him. No way. The things that Bill Belichick would want are the things that Jerry Jones would never give up. Never. Never. So I don't know why we even thought that for a minute. So Jerry keeps the reins. And since he has the title, y'all, then we have to be honest, because Jerry says he has the final say in what player comes to Dallas, what player leaves Dallas, what player signs with Dallas. He says he has the final say. And if that is the case, then check this out, y'all. And see, I need you to be open here, because I'm going to say something that you ain't going to like. If the job is to put the best product on the field as far as players go, then how in the world can you say that Jerry Jones is not a good general manager? Look at the evidence before you jump on me, before y'all try to crush me. Now, I just said, as an owner, wrong message. And as an owner, at the same time, $9 billion. As a general manager, how can we not say he's not a good general manager? Here's my evidence. Your job to put the best players on the field, right? Build a team with a real good team. Ladies and gentlemen, the Dallas Cowboys this weekend will have 15 Pro Bowlers. 15. You ain't got too many positions on the field. 15 Pro Bowls, okay? I'm not done. Here's the evidence. 9 this season, 9 All-Pros. You only got, you throw in the punter and the kicker, that's 23 positions. You got 9. No other team has that. So if they are all pros, I will eliminate the Pro Bowlers because that's more of a fan vote, even though a lot of the players deserve to be there. But let's just go with the all pros because the fans don't vote on that. The sports writers vote on that. So if the Cowboys sent 9 all pros to the team, didn't Jerry Jones do his job then? Hey, Shanika, I see you. I know y'all don't want to admit it. I get it. And I don't want to admit it either. I'm going to be honest with you. And let's go for some more evidence. Forget this year. What about the previous years? What are we doing? Let's go back. Tyron Smith, always an All-Pro. Zach Martin, always an All-Pro. Amari Cooper, was not an All-Pro, but he was a Pro Bowl player. Ezekiel Elliott, Pro Bowl player. DeMarcus Lawrence, Pro Bowl player. I know it's more. I'm just forgetting some of them. But the Cowboys have always been represented. What is the stigma on the Cowboys? What is the stigma? They would say they have the most talented roster in the league. They have the most talented roster in it. That's what they say about us. That's what they say about us. We have the most talented. Every year we got the same story. The most talented roster on the league. Okay, if we had the most talented roster on the league, you got to give our general manager some type of credit. I mean, he could have put trash on the field. I know we played like trash the last game, but overall, yeah, we gotta call it like it is. There's some real good football players on this team. And we drafted a lot of them, and a lot of them we developed, and we put these players on the field every year. I'm just saying, as far as, and like I said, y'all stay with me. I'm going down evaluations. Next week, I'll be coming down to the head coach and offensive line, wide receivers. I'm going down it all. Do the end of the year evaluation. I'm just on Jerry right now. If Jerry, just an owner, just as an owner, if he's keeping the Cowboy name brand visible and the organization is making money, then you got to give him some type of credit. Jerry is so good that you can put him in Carolina. And next year, Carolina will sell out every game. Because of his presence in the building. Seriously. Jerry would bring attention to that organization. Carolina would be on TV more than what they are now. Just telling you. This is the effect that he has. So you have to give him some type of credit. But because technically speaking, he's the end all of end all. So now what we have to say is that Jerry, as a general manager, you got to give him some type of credit. I know y'all wasn't expecting this. I told y'all before. I'm just trying to point out the evidence. He has to get some credit. He keep putting product on the field. Let's just use the last 3 years. 12-win season. And please, I know we lost in the playoffs. I get it. It's hard to win 12 games in a season. It's hard. You got to have a very talented football team to go 3 years in a row with 12 wins. It's that simple. This dude keeps putting high quality on the football field to the turn, at least to the status where we are winning at least 12 games every year now. What am I saying? What am I saying, y'all? I know y'all don't like him in the microphone. I get it. I know he talk too much. I understand that. I get it. I would agree with you. He talks too much. I give you that. He always looking for a camera and he puts on a show when he gets in front of the camera. I get it. And no, he doesn't act like Robert Kraft. No, he doesn't act like some of these owners we don't even know the name of. Like right now, if I ask you, who is the owner of the Arizona Cardinals? Nobody knows. Nobody. Because they don't put themselves out there like that. Jerry, at least he's been consistent. Jerry's always have been in front of the camera. This has been going on since he first bought the team. The only difference between Jerry back then and Jerry now was back then Jerry used to come down out the box and be on the sideline. That was with Jimmy Johnson. Other than that, he always he has his radio show. He gonna talk it out. He gonna do, he gonna say some stuff. But as far as an owner, he did his job. As a general manager, as far as players, he did his job. But now let's go to coaching, because that falls under the general manager's job too. Not that he coaches, but his job is to find the right coach to make it happen. This year, a lot of you guys, and especially you guys that are going to watch this a little bit later on, you wanted Mike McCarthy gone. After 3 straight 12-win seasons, of course, we didn't win in the playoffs. He wanted Jerry. One of the words, I should have pulled up the video. One of the words that he used when Mike McCarthy first got hired, and Coach McCarthy said it as well, is that we have to get a culture around here. A culture. Because the culture that was here previous to Coach McCarthy is not there anymore. So he said we got to have a culture. Well, I think Coach McCarthy has developed somewhat of a culture here. The facts are what they are. 36 wins in 3 years. No, not a Super Bowl. No, not a hardly playoff wins and all that. I get it. I understand. And it does matter what happens in the postseason. I get it. But here's the question. Did he make a good hire when he got him? And I guess the real question is, did he do right by keeping him? A lot of you guys wanted another coach, but you got to keep in mind what we said earlier. It's just no question Jared doesn't want a strong arm type of coach. He don't want anybody that's gonna mess up his flow. That don't happen. So your question ought to be, okay, if you're gonna replace McCarthy, who you gonna replace him with? Please don't say Belichick. Please don't say Harbaugh. Harbaugh want power too. So the thing is, you're gonna say, well, give him a good yes man. That's what you want to say, that, and you might well keep McCarthy then. You're gonna do that. McCarthy's not a yes man, but he's a football guy. He knows the game, knows how to coach. He's a good coach, very good coach. He's a very good coach, y'all. He got too many wins by his name to say he's not a good coach. He got way too many wins. So I'm not even saying that Jerry made the right decision on it. So from but at the same time, as a general manager, you got to know when your team needs something that the present coach does not have. What is that? See, I've been saying it for years. I need some dogs. I need a doggish type coach. I need a doggish type coach that's going to put some fire in these guys and get them going. The coach don't need to be a friend. Coach don't need to be a good buddy. You need a coach that's going to get the talent to go to another level. That's what you need a coach for. And I'm not sure if Mike McCarthy is that type of guy. He's good enough that he can get you to, the wins that we're getting. But as a general manager, you got to say, hey, do you want just a good record or do you want to win the Super Bowl? And so you have to make the decisions in order to get it done. Now, since he's not going to change it, since Mike McCarthy is not going anywhere, then now we got to look at, okay, as a general manager, we have the talent. That's what you said, big time. You got the talent. We do. You got the real players. You got all these Pro Bowls. You got all these All Pros. We do. Then why can't y'all just win? Why can't y'all win? Forget a Super Bowl. Why y'all can't win 2 playoff games in the season? Why is that? Why is that? Here's what I'm saying as a general manager. When you have players and you're getting somewhat of the same result, then you got to make a decision on how you want to attack the season with the team. You got to have a certain type of attack. You got to. And this is where Jerry has missed the mark, or Steven, whichever way you want to go with it. And that is, if your guys are not getting to the level, bring in some more talent. And I ain't talking about through the draft either. Bring in some more talent that will carry them over the hop. In other words, do like everybody else have done. Stack the deck. Got the money. But you believe in a system, and this is where Stephen Jones come into play. You believe in a system so much that's the draft and develop system that you're ignoring the obvious. And that is, when you got a chance to add Pro Bowl, All-Pro talent to stack on top of what you already got, that is what gets you over the hump. Unless you have an all-world quarterback like the Kansas City Chiefs have. See, a quarterback makes up for some of the deficiencies that the team may have. Mahomes covers a lot of mistakes that the Chiefs have. That's how good he is. He covers for the offense and defense. How does he cover for the defense when he don't play it? He keeps the ball. Makes long drives. Give the defense some rest. When the opportunity comes around, he scores. He don't kick field goals. He scores. That's how good he is. When you got a quarterback like that, that's difference making. Stack the deck. Instead of getting flea market, bargain chip, Toys R Us, Cracker Jack, Keebler chocolate chip cookie free agents. See, if you stop going out of them and get some guys that can make an impact, this is what a general manager does. He sees his team. He knows that the window is closing, may not be closed, but it's closing, and you're trying to get over the hump. You don't have to buy 5 or 6 of them. All you need is 1 or 2, maybe one or two that will make that much of a difference and add to the team. Then let's go play football. That's all you got to do. Now, he tried to call himself doing that this year, but he went a different route. He tried to do that with Stephon Gilmore and then Brandon Cooks. The thing about Stephon Gilmore is this wasn't prime Stephon Gilmore. This was not prime Brandon. Oh my God, I lost my train of thought. Brandon Cooks. This was not the prime guys. They still had a name. They still could play, but they were not the defensive player of the year, Stephon Gilmore. They were not, the Brandon Cooks that, give you 1,000 yards. Super. They weren't that guy. Those guys, they were just not a shell of themselves, but they obviously not the same guys. You can't cheap your way to a championship. That's what the Cowboys have done for years. Instead of go ahead and get that guy and watch the difference that it'll make. Prime example. Last offseason, we had the chance to get Bobby Wagner. I believe that would have made a major difference this year. Major difference. Because we ain't had no linebackers. None. You go get a Bobby Wagner, this defense would have been a whole lot better. We let him pass right on by. Brought him to Dallas, didn't even offer him a contract. What you bring him to Dallas for if you're not going to even offer him a contract? It don't even make sense. This is what he did. This is what he did. It was unbelievable how he did it. And I had a real problem with that. So as a general manager, he's failed us on that end. He has. He has failed us. He's failed us on that. And until we got to get out this draft and development stage. And that's the only real fault that I had with Jerry Jones, y'all. I told y'all I was going to mess you up. I believe, as much as I'm talking about a little small stuff, I believe Jerry Jones has done his job. I know y'all ain't going to like that. I believe once you look at what the job title entails, it's going to be kind of hard for you to tell me that Jerry has not done his job as an owner and as a general manager. It's going to be hard for you to tell me that because I can't see. I can find some faults, but I can't find too many. Let's put it this way. His positives outweigh the negatives as far as his job title and description for owner and general manager. I can't find too many faults with him because he's done his job. Y'all just don't like because he talk. Y'all just don't like because he talk too much. Or he said stuff. Or, why you got to have an interview? You should have asked that question 30 years ago because that he been doing it since he started, since he bought the team. Jerry always have had his press conference, his own press conference right after the game. He always have done it. That ain't nothing new. Y'all just don't want him saying nothing. Y'all want him to be Robert Kraft from the Patriots and just sit back and do that. Well, he can't do that because Robert Kraft hired football people to take care of the Patriots for all those years. And they won, of course, many world championships because they had football. The Cowboys aren't structured like that. And they never will be because Stephen Jones, once his father gives it up, he gonna do the same thing. He gonna play the same way. He's not gonna give it up like that. Jerry has left an inheritance for his children. I ain't mean to go Bible there, but that's the Bible. He left an inheritance for his children that not only is his children gonna take over the Cowboys, but their grandchildren gonna take over when it's all over. That would never leave the family. It's too profitable. There will be Jones in that building, God knows how long. You just hope that one of them would get aggressive and do something that'll put this team over the hump and try to win the Super Bowl. Instead of Jerry talking about, I want everybody talking about the Cowboys. I want them talking. What? Whether they talk or not, your goal is to try to win the Super Bowl. Nothing else. But when you have a divided goal, guess what's probably going to happen? You won't reach the goal. That's what Jerry ain't quite figuring it out. See, Mike McCarthy, if you listen to him, he talks about the Super Bowl all the time. If you listen to Jerry, the tone is different. So you got to be on one page. That's the message you get by the time you get to the players. You got players saying all type of stuff. We believe Dak the MVP. We believe Dak. We believe CD ought to be a first team. Man, forget that. You need to be talking about winning a world championship. That's the bottom line. I don't think that's in the building, though. I just don't. Not to the point where we need to be doing. I mean, I just can't see it. I know what his desire is. I've heard him saying desire, but see, you can talk about it being a champion, but if you don't do the things that can make you a champion, then you're just wasting time. Just wasting time. And I believe that that's what we've done. In some areas we have. I'll get to that as the weeks go by, as we go through this evaluation. But as far as Jerry goes, once you really get the emotion out of it, get your frustration out of it, and really look at what Jerry Jones has done and his description of the job, did he do it? And to me, and I'm not saying my word is the gold standard, but to me, Jerry did his job. Now, I need two things from y'all. Two things. Number one, I need an answer to that question. I need to know, as an owner and as a general manager, once you get everything out the way, get your emotion out, did Jerry do his job? I need to see it in the chat. And if you don't think so, tell me why. Maybe you can change my mind. Maybe you can change my mind. I need to know. Yeah, again, here's the question. As a owner and as a general manager, those are two separate jobs. Did Jerry do his job? General manager's job is to put the best talent on the field. 15 Pro Bowlers, 9 All-Pros. Don't get much better than that. Did his job. in my opinion. Owner. The owner's job is to make the money for the organization. I mean, good Lord, we ain't got to talk about that. We know Jerry's done that. So, as an owner and as a general manager, did Jerry do his job? Well, y'all ain't talking to me tonight. What's going on here? Y'all ain't talking to the old boy tonight. I need an answer on that one. So you ain't gonna be able to answer that if you're full of emotion. So I done had 2 straight weeks now. The Cowboys lost. I'm out of it. So I done calm down now. I can talk about it. I think he's done his job. And I even say this. Well, Shane says this. Shane says, well, Jerry is just a front man. He said Jerry's just a front man. And he says that Steven is the one that's pulling the strings. Well, if he's pulling the strings, then I guess the question could be asked, did Steven do a good job as general manager? I mean, you know, the talent is there. The talent is there. So did they do their job as a general manager / well, he's not the owner. Did he do it? I think it's fine. Shane says he wanted Mike Vrabel as a coach. He didn't want McCarthy 3 years ago. He wanted to let him go. Vrabel is a good coach, but Vrabel has a different type style. It's a grinded out type thing, and Jerry won't entertain. See what I'm saying? The Derrick Henry type offense, Jerry don't want that. It's too boring. Marlon said, no as a GM. Yes as an owner. No as a GM. This is a very interesting answer here. Brett said, I think their own demise because they're successful. This generation of Cowboys don't have to go out and earn it. It's already established, so they lack the heart and desire to win it all. Can I add to that, Brett? I think you made a very interesting point there. But to win it all. So really what you're saying is, because you can't say they lose because they ain't, the record is too good. You just can't argue that they win 12 games the last 3 years. So really I believe what you're saying is that they're satisfied with just a real good record, and that keeps them somewhat relevant. I think I may be wrong on that last part, but they're satisfied with it. I guess you could we use the word mediocrity here, even though it's 12 wins. And let's just be honest, the Cowboys are at that point that the regular season doesn't matter unless we, of course, just torch up the regular season. But the Cowboys, unfortunately, they only are judged now by what they do in the playoffs. It's just this simple. And for the Cowboys, we are almost at the point where we have to win the Super Bowl to get any type of credit. Even if the Cowboys were to make an NFC Championship game, the first thing everybody would say is so close but so far, and you got to the NFC Championship game, yeah, but you didn't win. So that Cowboys can't win either way. The only way that they'll be able to win is unless they win it all. Everybody else get away with it. You see the narrative for the Detroit Lions yesterday? They were talking about it as if they had overachieved when really the point is the Lions have been winning all season this year. They've been winning all season this year. But everybody will get in the past like, what a great year for the Detroit Lions. They'll be back and all that kind of stuff. That's what they'll be saying about that. If that had been the Cowboys, they would have ate their lunch. So, I think Brett, you got an interesting point that this generation is just, I sum it up like this. See, when you ain't used to winning, and I'm not saying this is the Cowboys, but I guess it may have a little validity to it. See, when you're not used to winning, you become happy with just, little small stuff, and you just happy. Like, at least we made the playoffs, that type stuff. And see, the Cowboys, that's what the Packers felt. Hey, at least we made the playoffs. We won the game. We beat the Cowboys. And everybody right then say, hey, Packers are back. They're ready. See, the Cowboys don't get that stigma. Cowboys literally have to win the Super Bowl. They really have to win the Super Bowl in order to shut all this stuff up. And there are some things that have to be done in order to accomplish that goal. Marlon says if he won't hire a strong coach because of his ego, then the ego of the GM is a fatal flaw. I would not argue that. Not gonna argue that. But does that outbalance what his main job is, though? Because it's a players' league, and at some point, coaching will have to come into play, obviously. But it's a players' league. See, Mike McCarthy don't play one down, or it is what it is. And I'm not arguing the fact that the strong coach is what we needed, because we've been saying that for a long period of time. But does that outbalance the fact that this man, or whether you want to give the credit to Steven or not, this man has put the players on the field. Talent is there. You can't have that many representatives in a Pro Bowl, or representatives being all pros, first or second team. You can't have that many and not say, well, he didn't do his job. He ain't put the best talent available on the field. Yes, he did. So it doesn't matter of how you balance it. I think McCarthy is a good coach. I do. I think he's a good coach. Could we get a hammer type coach in, which is what I think the team actually needs? Be honest with you. You don't need a finesse guy. You need somebody in there that's going to really crack these guys. Get in their face. You know what I'm saying? That's what they need. But I don't think they're going to do it. All right. Let me share this again with you guys, and then I will open up the phone lines and we'll talk it out. I got one more announcement I need to make, and then I will open up the phone lines. All right.
Any longer. Men are in need of community, brotherhood, and a place to call home. The time is now, and that place is NGBN TV. Powered by men just like you, dedicated to launching a one-of-a-kind streaming TV network for men in their 40s, 50s, and 60s. Our goal is to inspire, entertain, celebrate, educate, and support men. The NGBN TV sneak peek is launching January 29th. We need you on this journey with us. Ad rates at NGBN TV will never be this low again. So join our movement on NGBN.TV and contact us today. NGBN TV, a network for men in their 40s, 50s, and 60s, coming January 29th.
All right, that's awesome. And listen, before I move on, I want to share this announcement with you as well. I will be doing my Seeking Clearer Thoughts podcast. I will crank that up again. Most of you know that I am an assistant pastor here in Memphis at my church, and I did it not as often, but I did start on it maybe about over a year and a half ago, somewhere in that area there. But it will be featured here, definitely on the NGBN network. As you can see, we're trying to bring inspiration as well to the brothers that need some help. So that show will be on there. It will not be seen here on the Big Time Show Facebook page. It will not be seen on the Big Time Show YouTube page. I will be doing that on my own personal pages, both Facebook and my personal YouTube page, which is my name, Douglas Lewis Brooks Jr. And if you're not my Facebook friend, then my personal Facebook friend, then you probably need to send me a friend request, Douglas Lewis Brooks Jr. That's all you have to do, Douglas Lewis Brooks Jr. And then send me a request on that page, and then I will add you in. If you're interested, you can watch me there. I'll have my own YouTube page. I already have it. I just don't do anything with it. Matter of fact, I think I looked at it just to show you. I had it for a long time. I think I only got 5 or 6 subscribers on that page. So for those that want to be interested in viewing the Seeking Clearer Thoughts podcast, I will put a link out on my personal page, and then of course you can join it there and just follow it, and we'll meet there for that. Everything will be based off my book that I wrote about a year and a half. This book here, Seeking Clearer Thoughts, 60 Days of Reflection. It's really a bunch of thoughts, somewhat of a devotional type book, but it's a little bit more than a devotional book. Just things that would help people make it through their day. And so really, I got 60 entries in here, so that's 60 shows right there. That's 60, and I'm in the process of really doing another book. So I got some things going here, and I hope that you guys will join me in that. That will be on Wednesdays. It will not be live. I'm going to do those pre-recorded. So if you follow me, all you then have to do is just turn on the notifications, and it'll pop up on your phone. So be looking out for that. I may put that on my page tomorrow in preparation for that. So that's the major announcement I have for Seeking Clearer Thoughts podcast will be making a comeback, and I hope that you guys will join me on that journey. Again, the NGBN network is really doing something. Today was our first major launch. This show is the first one to come out, so we've been on for about an hour and 20 minutes doing that. We got a little ways to go before the show. I said I was going to do 2 hours, so I got about 30 to 40 minutes to do that, and I am going to do that. Actually, we got about 37 minutes left, and for those that are going to call in, you can call in now If I shut you off a little early, don't be mad at me. It's just that I'm on TV now, so I gotta actually do things the right way. You understand? I got to. You understand? So I'm gonna go ahead and do it. All right. Phone line is open. 901 area code 654-6853. 901-654-6853. Some of y'all want to cuss Jerry out. I already know it. Y'all want to sit your old barely walking tail down. I know what y'all want to say. I know. Sit your old AARP boot wearing tail down. I know y'all want to say it. I know what y'all want to say. Sit your old wannabe J.R. Ewing tail. I know you want to say it. I know you want to say it. Sit your old decrepit ruin a franchise. Sit down. I know you want to do it. I know you want to do it. Let me say, I feel like the coaching staff, I got this, see what Brett says here. Brett says, I feel like the coaching and plays are too bland and predictable. Just imagine how the Eagles or Niners would have used Deuce Vaughn as a shifty back. I was hoping they would have re-signed Cole Beasley towards the end of the season. He always does a good job as a slot receiver, getting wide open when Dak was scrambled. Well, I'm going to have to take something back for you, Brett, and that is Deuce Vaughn. Deuce can't. He's too small, man. I just put it like that. He's too small. He might get a little shifted run here and there, but he's just too small. And that's why you didn't see him play a lot. And I think we drunk the Kool-Aid on Brett on Deuce because of what we saw in the preseason. But you got to keep in mind, he was playing against guys that work at Kroger now. You know, those guys didn't even make teams. Those guys work at Jiffy Lube. You know, they clock in just like we do now. Of course, you're looking good against guys who, preseason, we drunk that Kool-Aid. But once the little few touches that he did get, he was getting lit up like a Christmas tree. You understand? So I don't quite agree with that part. Cole Beasley, I'm not sure that Cole had a desire. I'm not sure that Cole had a desire to really play. And then we wouldn't have signed him anyway, Brett, because Cole Beasley talked so much trash about the organization. There was nowhere in the world that he was coming back. No way. He talking much trash as Dez Bryant does about the organization. He can't come back. You know, Jerry will allow if your talent is up there, and he'll be forgiven then. But when your talent is here, you keep talking. Just talk somewhere because you ain't gonna talk here. So I just don't see. That part, but I get the concept where you were going, Brett. What you're saying is give Dak some more weapons, and I agree with that 1,000%. Give him some more weapons. That's what a general manager's supposed to do. Marlon says, then Jerry Style has taken the program as far as it can go. Circus said the lack of playoff success is because of Jerry's desire to have control. He prefers control over ultimate success. I agree, and I'll say it this way, Marlon, that the translation of that is he wants to do it his way. See, the Cowboys want to win the Super Bowl, but they want to win it this way. They're trying to bypass the ways that everybody else is doing it. They want to say, ha, 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 we told y'all, our way works. And everybody else just passing them by. Everybody just passing them by. Little small stuff. No, Detroit. I just throw it like this. You can pick either side. You get a Ty Montgomery as a running back. Then you get a Jahmyr Gibbs in the draft. Look what that did. One player can make a real difference. You get two of them like that, you'll see something. So I don't quite. I don't know. I believe Marlon has a great point there when he says he prefers control over ultimate success. I believe he has a great point there. I believe it's more saying though they want to win their way. That is the draft and development way. That's we can draft a guy and we can have him at least as a Pro Bowl player within his first 2 years. And then we also have them in their rookie contract. It's kind of like Michael Parsons and Trayvon Diggs. Look how much production they got well, at least in the case of Trayvon Diggs. Look how much production that they got from Trayvon Diggs before they really paid him. Michael Parsons is the obvious next one, who's still on his rookie contract. Look how much production that he has given the Cowboys, which is why when it's time, he's going to be the highest paid defensive player in the league because he ain't played for 3 years and he's been all pro 3 straight years. 2 first team and then 1 second team all pro. Rookie, all pro in his rookie year, all pro his second year, first team, second team all pro this year. So that's the formula that the Cowboys want and hope that gets you over the hump. Well, something has to change because it's obvious that it has not gotten them over the hump. It has not. They ain't even been close. So since it has not been close, it is now time for them to have an evaluation and say, hey, we tried it our way. Hey, we did it our way. And guess what? We ain't got nowhere from it. We ain't got nothing. All we got are embarrassing losses when it counts the most. That's all we got. We got hung down heads, and what we got is long lips. Your lip is hanging on the floor because you're so sad. You can't. That's all we got to show for it. A bunch of excuses and a whole bunch of infighting within Cowboy land, Cowboy fan base. And always at the end of the year, we still stuck with the same exact questions that we had the previous year before. Can we stop the run? Can we run it? Can Dak do it? Can Dak step up when the pressure is on? Same exact questions, same results that we've been having for the last God knows how long. We've had the same thing. So if it's the same thing, common sense is about to go ahead and you got to do it. You got to change it. You got to change it. It makes no sense to keep doing the same thing over and over again. It makes no sense. You got to do something different in order to get to the place where you're trying to go. if you're talking about winning the world championship, you got to do something different. And since he brought the same coach back, since he got the same players, the only question mark now is if Dan Quinn gonna leave. Everybody else is still here. You got to do something different, because here's the real truth of the matter. Now, I don't mean that did last year with Carroll this year, but you kind of figure Green Bay is going to get better. Detroit is going to get better. The 49ers are still a juggernaut. They'll be back next year. And Philadelphia will make somewhat of a comeback next year. So you're going to have to do something to get them over the hump. That's the way I see it. I see it that way. I don't see how it happens differently. I don't see it. I mean, if not, some of you gonna say, well, let's see who we draft first. And I'm saying, like, really? Like, whoever you draft, the question is, I mean, are they really gonna make an impact next year? And the reason why I'm saying that is because where are the holes at? I only see really one, two maybe as far as position groups go. That's linebacker and maybe center. Other than that, whoever you draft, are they really gonna play? You might get a running back, but to what extent that might be? Man, are you drafting somebody in the 3rd, 4th, 5th round maybe to be your starter as a running back? Really? A rookie? Really? Or are you going to do what the fan base has been saying, and that is go get a Derrick Henry or go get a Josh Jacobs or go get a Saquon Barkley and then draft your 5th round draft pick? See, that's the difference. And I don't think we're ready for that. I done seen too much of the same thing to think that they're going to do something. So I guess what Marlon is saying in the previous comment is that, he prefers control over ultimate success instead of making the right decision, even if that means going against your son. If that means going against your son and saying, hey, I don't care about no salary cap. I got to have this player because I'm trying to win the Super Bowl. Go give me a Derrick Henry. Yes, I'm trying to win the Super Bowl. Go give me a Derrick Henry. Go give me a Saquon Barkley. Go give me a Josh Jacobs. This is what it's going to take to get you over the hump. Trying to do it your way, trying to get these flea market running backs by committee, trying to do that and saying, hey, we're going to try to win that down. That ain't going to get it. That ain't going to get it. And we got to try to figure out what's going on. Listen, the phone line is open. It's still open. You can call in 901-654-6853. 901-654-6853. I appreciate all y'all hanging with me tonight on this first night, launching tonight. Everybody do me a favor while you're here on your phone. Just, if you're on YouTube, smash that heart button for me. And if you're on Facebook, smash that like button. Give me about 20. Everybody do me about 20. Just hit it. Ain't gonna take you no more than 5 seconds. Just smash it like this. Just do it until, give me about 20. Everybody, if you don't mind. Help your boy out. I'm trying to make a statement here on this network that we are on now. And I definitely appreciate all you guys come hang with me in this this new stage in the Big Time Show. We're on a national level. This network has the capability of being seen in 87% of the United States and Canada. It's really just that simple. We originally, when we first came on, we were being seen in New Zealand. That's for one thing. I know that for sure. And then we have one that can be seen in, oh my God, forgive me, I don't even want to call it out. I forgot. It's two countries that a couple of the co-laborers live in two different countries overseas. So Big Time Show, showed up over there. This is a tremendous opportunity as well. And I want to say this also. The Big Time Show needs sponsors. How about that? This network is have Super Bowl credentials. We already have our press credentials for the Super Bowl. So next week, you will see, if you join the network, you will see some of our guys that will be in Las Vegas on press row. They will be there for the Super Bowl, and my show probably will be during that Super Bowl time. It's during the week. So I won't be in Vegas, but I'll be talking Super Bowl and everything else, and I'll probably be a guest on a few of the guys' shows there. So pay attention and get ready for it. But the Big Time Show needs sponsors. It does. We're on that level. Who would love to sponsor this show? And if you do that, what I can do for you is try to advance your business. I'll be doing commercials for you if you choose, or I'll be reading about your business for sure. If you want to do that, we can talk about it. No question about it. If you're interested in that, then email me there. The Big Time Show 3 at gmail.com. If you would do that, the Big Time Show 3 at gmail.com. Hold on a second. I got a call.
What up, bro?
I'm online. I'm live right now. What's up?
Oh, my bad, brother. My bad.
What's going on? I'm live right now. I'll call you back. All right. I thought that was a call. He loved football too, but it wasn't. If you want to talk about that as far as advertisement goes, or you're interested, I can get information to you, and then we can talk about it. Again, if you're interested in that, the Big Time Show 3 at gmail.com. The Big Time Show 3 at gmail.com. You can do that, and we will get proper information to you and help you hopefully make a decision about sponsoring the show. I'm looking for my first sponsor. Who is going to be that person? And I know before it's all over, I have many sponsors for the show. I'm claiming that it will happen. And I'll help you in your business, obviously, by that. So I believe that, and that's just a matter of just what I choose to believe. And I guess I can throw that at you. What are you choosing to believe? What are you choosing to believe? Negativity or the positivity and the light of hope? I guess I could say that. You just got to believe it. So there's a lot of exciting things happening for this show, the Big Time Show. Again, I hope that you guys will Support us in this effort that we're trying to do. Here it is again. You can download the NGBN TV app. You can do it on Roku TV. You can do it on the Amazon Fire TV. And then if you just want to grab it on your phone, you can do that there as well. It's right there. You can put it on your phone. My show is there. You can my channel. I have a channel on that station. It's on demand, so you don't have to wait on a TV guide or anything like that. Whenever you want to watch the Big Time Show, you can watch it. Past shows, this show here, you can watch all of that right then and there. So we have, the Big Time Show is on demand as well. But let's download that. We're trying to make a big difference in men's lives between the ages of 40 to 60. We're really trying to, and you'll be surprised how just talking in this type of platform or talking like this will slow men down a little bit before they make a bad decision. If I could just get somebody to say, to stop for a minute and just say, hey, when are you coming on again? I want to see him again. If I can just get that speech out right there, then I'm good. And opposed to the opposite, making a wrong decision, doing something that pretty much don't have any business doing. If I can just get that, then my purpose for joining this network is complete. And so I hope that you would consider helping your boy out. Join me on this adventure as we just try to make, some differences in some men's lives. And I guess you could say the women as well, because women got problems too. You see what I'm saying? So it's the vision of what we try to, but we want to make a difference in everybody who we come in contact with. You never know whose eyes will watch this show here. Trust me, the numbers will be even more tomorrow morning when I wake up. That's just how it goes. People don't necessarily have to watch you live. They'll just watch you, on their convenience. So it is you always have to, give your best. You just never know who's watching, when they're gonna watch, how they're gonna watch, what state of mind they're in while they're watching. And maybe I could say something funny or something just to give them a break. Get the stress for you. Just get it off. All right. Right below on the ticker here, you can see all the ways that you can support the show. Cash App, $, the Big Time Show. These are the places where you can follow me. If you want to follow me on YouTube, Big Time Show, Twitter at Big Time Lou, Twitch Big Time _73. And if you didn't get all that, just keep watching. If you don't know where to find me, these are the places where you can find me. Hope that you guys will do that. I really hope that you guys will join the NGBN. We have a Facebook page as well. You can join the Facebook page. All of these shows will be on there as well. Just go to the Facebook page. Just type in ngbn.tv in your Facebook search. You'll see it. It'll be that same emblem that you see in the corner up there on the screen. And then you can join in and on the movement. I didn't tell you what the goal was for today. So y'all don't understand. The goal for today, just in this may be the only show on for the night. We're trying to run 24-hour network as well, 24 hours. So there's always going to be something on. But we wanted 10,000 downloads for just today. What a statement that would be. That will attract national sponsors and everything else. So, of course, we don't know the numbers yet, but we had a lot of stuff going on today. And hopefully we can match that goal. You guys have helped add it by being here, wherever you're watching from. You guys have helped out with that number. And I guess I'm speaking for the network, at least definitely my show. I thank you for the time tonight with that. All right, believe it or not, phone line is still open. You got less than about 10 minutes. That's it. Less than 10 minutes. So if you got something to say, or if you saying I'm crazy, or you saying you wrong, I don't mind. You can call in now, 901-654-6853. If not, be on the lookout tomorrow. If you're my Facebook friend and you run by my post or my post pops up, I will have my link, or at least on YouTube, that you can follow me for the Seeking Clearer Thoughts podcast that will probably be on by a couple days from now. Probably. So I need your help to boost up the show where you can see that as well. I really need your help on that. Need your help on that immediately, where you can see that. So give your boy a chance, and hey, who knows? Maybe I can help. Maybe God will place something on my heart that will help you. Whatever you're going through, just never know. Now, next week, Saturday, I'll see you as far as the Big Time Show goes. I will see you guys on this Saturday at 3:00 Central Time. 3:00 Central Time, we'll be right back here again. And we will move now from Jerry, Coach McCarthy. During our end of the year evaluations, we're going to shift our focus on one coach, Mike McCarthy, and let's evaluate his job this year. And I guess in essence also to look at him and try to figure out what does he need to do better to hopefully get this team over the hump. It's just this simple. Can't be the same. Just can't. Just can't. If it's the same, then we're gonna be in for another long year next year. We really are, and we have to do something different in order to get it done. So we'll be talking about that on Saturday at 3:00, Coach McCarthy, and see how we can possibly throw some type of results up or ideas up, or what you think would make his job better. All right. And like I said, I'm getting ready to go all the way down. I just did Jerry tonight. Gonna go with Coach McCarthy. After that, here come Dak Prescott. Then I will do the running back group Then I'll do the wide receiver group, offensive line group. Then we'll switch to defense. We'll single out some players, but we're pretty much going to talk about the group as a whole. So a lot of interesting conversations are about to take place, at least on this show, about Dallas Cowboys. And I'm telling y'all, some of y'all ain't going to like what I got to say. Some of y'all, you just not. Because I don't go with the status quo. I call it like I see it. And I may be the only one that sees it like that, and that's okay. I'm not giving no type of credit to people that don't deserve it. That's me. If you playing like trash, I'm gonna call it trash. If you playing great, I'll say you playing great. But I'm not giving no false. I can't say if you play like trash, I ain't gonna be up here acting like you smell like roses. No. You're not rose. You trash. That's the only way I know how to do it. And so get ready for that. There's a few players, like I said, I'm gonna single out. You see how I did? I said we're gonna talk about Dak Prescott. Well, there's some players on the defensive side that we're gonna talk about as well too, individually. Y'all already know who I'm talking about. You know who I'm talking about. Yeah. I got to talk about a few guys and see what's going on. So y'all already know. So this is all part of Cowboy rehab. See, we all in rehab. We got to talk this stuff out. It may take a while, but by the time the preseason or the draft get here, hopefully we'll have all this stuff out of us. Hopefully. And then we can start focusing in on what a lot of us have already kind of started doing our homework on the draft and starting to look at players and all that kind of stuff and figure it out. So by the time the draft get here, we should be ready to go. But we ain't there yet. We still pointing fingers. I guess in essence, I'm doing it too. I guess I am too. But it's more of a constructive criticism type way, not pointing fingers saying, get rid of them. No, I don't want you to get rid of folks quite yet. And some folks that need to get out of here, but it's a lot of them that need to stay. It's just that simple. Well, I hope that you guys are getting ready for that. Again, I hate to sound repetitive, but please, everybody download the NGBN TV app, please. It's a free app. It's free. It won't cost you anything. Just download it, whichever device you want it on. You can watch us on your smart TVs. And then, of course, you can watch us, at least now, on your Android phone. We will be on Apple TV, probably by the time that I come in on Saturday. We very well may be on Apple TV as well, and in many other places. We'll be on, well, I'm on Twitter, but the network will be on Twitter and Twitch in a few coming weeks. This thing's getting ready to explode. I'm just happy to be a part of it. Very happy, excited about it. Excited about this tonight. We went a little longer than what I asked for 2 hours, and they gave it to me. But we don't necessarily have to go that far. We'll probably go back to an hour and 30 minutes, probably coming up on Saturday, just to see what's going on. All right. But I do that because when we get to a real hot topic, I know you guys want to have something to say. And, usually I have to make the adjustments on that. So just get ready for Saturday at 3:00. We talking about Coach McCarthy, and we got to evaluate him in a very honest type way. okay? In a very honest type way. We got to do it. I appreciate you guys. My time is just about up. And we're going to go ahead and get rid of it. And we'll see you guys on Saturday at 3 p.m. Central. 3 o'clock p.m. Central. We'll do this one more time. It's been awesome. I'm very grateful to lead the charge for the NGBN network coming out. I appreciate you so much. Let's get ready to get out of here, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for all what you've done. Big Time Show just went higher until Saturday. This has been the one and the only, the Big Time Show.